The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside the Ford Center in the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is 90 degrees. The high today is 92, the low 69.
And that is Shannon. He is Nate. This is Kurt. I'm feeling good today, so I'm back to being Zaddy Holly. Together we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Thank you, Jesse.
Absolutely.
And we are brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its
wings. What's up, Cook?
Oh, man. Tuesday. Did y'all look at any more film, or did you burn it after?
No, I never looked at any more Cowboy film because no matter what I think I see on here and what I think is true because what the film
No,
is
don't start that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Change the narrative.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't trust your eyes. Trust what you see.
I'm trusting my eyes
and report what you see.
Right, because I've heard so many excuses. I mean, it's like we done gave 17 games full worth of excuses on one game. But I have one simple question.
Oh, you going to ask a question? I like this.
One simple question.
I like this game.
And we'll start with you, brother.
Chris said ask in the mic.
Yeah, I'm going to ask right in the mic, and it's going to be loud.
Okay. What is
one
it?
simple question.
Okay. Grits.
What is the strength of this team? You can do whatever. Ooh. What is the strength of this team?
The answer to that has changed drastically from week 1 to week 3. Because there's about 3 things you could have said in week 1, and now you're like,
Yeah.
I think the strength of this team, I think it's still the defense. I think.
Do you want to give a why?
I think they just laid an egg. I think Jesse disagrees.
No, I agree.
think you have a game like this once, hopefully not twice a year. I'm glad it came the third game and not the third game from the end of the season. But I just think if you're a championship caliber, if you're a Super Bowl team, you should not have the game they had yesterday. But I think you can get this thing back on track. And I think the defense, they got to figure it out. But I think the strength of the defense is because of what they did the first 2 games. They're game changers when they're on their game. If they're off their game, then you run into other issues, and you can't have penalties. You can't have missed assignments. You got to play a good, solid game if the defense isn't playing like they should. But I think you have a chance. I still think we're going to have to wait till, like you said, Thanksgiving to see exactly what you got. But I think the defense is still the strength of the team.
Brother Jess.
Defense.
You have a reason why not?
Don't let me out-talk you on
No.
Don't let me do that.
You had amazing points for once.
Right.
I don't. There's no need. There's no need for me.
4 years, finally.
There's no need for me to overtalk that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to steal your thunder.
About what?
Your thunder.
Oh, I thought you said
Your thunder.
started to say something bad.
Your shine.
Oh, okay.
Your shine. Yeah. No.
That's it. So
defense.
Just to be a little different, I'll narrow it down and say the defensive line. I think that's where it's all going to start. As we saw, if they don't do their job,
They get pushed around.
They get pushed around a little. If they try to start that sack party early, then you're going to run into trouble.
And that's been my problem with listening to all of these shows and all of these, why everybody's got all these different opinions. When the season started, when we all was watching training camp, when y'all was watching training camp through my eyes, and I'm kept, wow, they've wrecking practice again. The defense is wrecking practice again. And now, and don't get me wrong, we all understand when you get in the red zone, we need 6. But Coach McCarthy has gotten out of the way, by just I'm still run the ball. I don't care. We're gonna get at least 25 to 30 runs. I don't care. Now we had to throw it a little bit more because we were behind or whatever. But for all of y'all who are wondering, Hanging with the Boys are all in agreement. We finna live and die by our defense, y'all. So you can do whatever you want. Once we fix this red zone problem, you can do whatever you want. This defense is gonna take us as far as
and
we're going.
let me add a little bit on to what you just said about, because everybody's all over the place, right? Like,
Right.
you just hear a bunch of different things, and everybody's ready to, sell. I hear now they want to trade for. They want to.
Our fans are crazy, man.
They trading places,
They
man.
want-
You gotta better
Find
do it.
this guy, trade for this guy.
They want to
cut
trade
this
for
guy.
Kyle Pitts now. They want to bring Zeke back on a discount. It's so wild, the stuff that is happening. You just take a deep breath, ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
week 3.
Hey, you remember
Golly.
trading place where they said,
Yes.
and the dude fell out. It's your brother. I don't give a damn. Say.
But one of the things I also want people, and this is, I'm like Nate, I wanted to move past the game, but I wanted just to go back and check. Just again, just look at the game one more time, and I wanted to, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping. Are you tripping, Jess? No, you're not tripping. And everybody wants this, we go and we watch the Miami Dolphins and we watch these different teams, and everybody wants these high-flying, acrobatic performances, 400-yard games, ball going down the football field. There's a couple rules into the game of football, just as it may not fit the barbershop narrative, it may not fit the barbershop argument, but there are rules that you just kind of apply to football. When you look at the Arizona Cardinals, one thing that they wanted to do is they played 2 high safeties. Please don't come back and be like, your percentage was off. 75% of the game. Meaning they kept 2 safeties very high. It is very difficult, ladies and gentlemen, because I know all you're saying, we need to take more shots down the football field. When you sit 2 safeties 25 and 30 yards down back, you ain't taking them shots down the field. This is, you have to understand the range. Now, I know that we said that, they don't have any superstars in this team, and I still agree with that. But these still are NFL players. So the range of guys, if I'm sitting 25 yards back and I see Dak Prescott go to do one of these, I can move on the field. So there isn't room for you to throw the ball down the football field. Also, as a quarterback, when you come to the line of scrimmage, one of the things that you want to see is, what does the box look like? And the box is in between the tight ends or the in the tackles, right? That box.
Right.
And now you have to decide to yourself, is this a run box or is this a pass box? Most of the time, when a team decides we're going to play 2 high safeties, you're giving up the run. You're going to say we're going to be lighter in the box and we're going to allow the run to happen. We don't want to get beat deep. We don't want anything over our heads or behind us. When you start to see single high coverage, when you start to see things where there's more guys in the box, now I can look out to my receivers and my OC and say, all right, let's take a shot. So when you're watching the game, if there's 6 and 7 guys in the box, that is a favorable run box for the offense. And more often than not, if there are 2 plays to be called in that situation, they're going to hand the ball off to the running back. Hence why you've seen more and more of Tony Pollard and Rico Dowdle get the rock. Is because teams are saying, well, we know what y'all were before. And we know what it is when you got Turpin and you got CD and you got Cooks. We know what and Gallup, we know what the speed is vertically. So we're going to live and die with you throwing the ball underneath and running the football. And that's okay. That is a formula for the Cowboys to be successful. This was one of those games where they just were off. Dan Quinn said it. He said, we just didn't have, defensively, we just didn't have the energy. Like, for whatever reason, they just were off. So understand, when you say take a shot, just take a shot. Well, if it's 2 safeties sitting back there, ladies and gentlemen, you ain't just taking a shot. Because for every
like what they're doing?
It's not that I like what they're doing. It's like when you go to you go to the casino. Mm-hmm. There are rules to playing blackjack, right? There are rules. Now you can go against the rules if you want to. The folk at the table go look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah, unspoken rules.
The unspoken rules.
Don't get on third base if you hit on 17. They'll run you out of the casino.
You will have someone at the table knock you out. Mm-hmm. Hey, if dealer's showing this, they got to hit. You stay, even though dealer's showing 13. You got 12, I'm staying. I'm or whatever it is, I'm staying. And let him hit. There's a certain rules to certain things that you just say, hey, I might not didn't want to hit, but rules say more often than not, dealer's gonna bust for this. And if I do hit, now I've messed the whole table up. Folks don't want you playing around them no more. Same thing in football. There's these rules to how games are supposed to be played. And then when your opportunity comes, you want to say, all right, here's now my moment. And that even takes a lot. That even takes a moment of, okay, here's our moment. Can we block it up front? We got a single high safety now. So there's all about this timing. And yeah, you can sometimes dictate the pace, but when the team decides that you just ain't going to pass the ball deep on them, you can say it all you want. It ain't going deep. That's what she said. But
if it do go deep, you're going to get knocked out.
Yeah, you run the risk.
You're going to run the risk of getting, hit. And I was gonna say something, but I don't. It won't go well with that. But anyway, you gotta get it.
I just wanted to say that when you're looking, a lot of y'all will have the barbershop narrative of we need to go down the field, and I'm just saying, and go where?
There's so many narratives out there right now, and so many opinions.
We have lost it. We turned so quickly back. Starting with you yesterday, turned so quickly back to the normal Cowboy fan.
I was mad at y'all because y'all said there ain't no. Hey, I'm not mad at the team, and you know what? I'm glad you started the show that way, because think about it. It's really easy to forget what they did in training camp. What they did the first game, what they did the second game. This goes back to training camp. The defense was wrecking practice. They weren't even letting them get good reps because they were so good. Right. They had one bad game, and it's real easy to forget. Like, they started doing this in July. It's not like they had.
That's crazy.
So we good.
And I get it. Football's fluid. Football's fluid, but sometimes you got to just. Like water, come on back.
If they come out and give up 200 yards rushing again this week, because don't think Belichick's not going. Yeah. Zeke might get the ball 15 times in a row to start the game.
I think what fans are saying though, this is one game, but we saw this last year. And 200 yards given up. We saw the year before penalties, 200 yards given up.
Yeah, that is the problem. That is the problem I have. I'm with you 100%, Kurt. Is of all the ways we could have took this whooping, it's two ways I did not want to take this whooping. That was red zone, and that was running the ball. You could have bombed me through the air because I could have blamed it on Diggs. You could have bombed me to death through the air. Or you could have got a couple of takeaways besides the interceptions. And I'm like, hey, that offensive line, I would have had an out for you. But the way we gave this one up, 5 times in red zone, only, one score, and then we give up 200 amazing bloody yards.
And even in that, even in the giving up the 200 yards, when you go back and you kind of watch it, and I didn't, I breezed through it. And I'm just like, let me just see again. No, for real. I was like, I just
make sure my eyes.
Make sure my eyes didn't deceive me.
Yeah, because I did say on the show, but my eyes do tell me the story. Let me go back and make sure.
Let me go back and just make sure. But it's just the alignment and assignment mistakes that we made defensively. That wasn't even disappointing. It was head scratching. Because you're like,
how did that happen to these guys?
You did it last year. I mean, did these same things.
When I tell you, like, linebackers were running to blocks and just sticking. Just like, you got a red jersey on? Okay, here you go. And just sticking. Yeah. They've never seen this before. Literally running to guys and just, like, stopping and being like, hey, what you have for dinner later on? It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. I was like, this
defensive
is
lineman just jumping, not one gap over, 2 and 3 gaps over. Where the tackle
to stunt or
no,
I don't know what they was thinking. They were like, I'm finna go make this play.
I mean, is there an explanation for any of this, or is it just like, okay, they lost their minds?
It's one of those games with like, who are y'all? Like, I know Dan Quinn was watching the film.
Laughing gas in the oxygen or something.
I know Dan Quinn was like, who taught you this? Right. Why are you doing this? Like, what were you thinking here? Like, what made you jump 2 gaps over? You had no business. It's 2 of y'all standing in the same gap and they running the opposite way. It was some stuff that I was just like,
And I'm going to say this. Parsons, my friend, we all just love you and we give you great names. But, brother, if you're going to play defensive end, you got to play it all the time, not when you want to. And running the ball, yeah, you got to set the edge.
One of my homeboys, we've been friends since children. He texts me like 1 o'clock in the morning. I get the text this morning at 5 o'clock. He is hot. He's like, man, shout out to Lil Rich. I know you're going to watch it. Lil Rich is like.
That's a great name, Lil Rich.
Lil Richard. What's his name? Lil Richard.
Yeah.
But he's like, he hates Micah's podcast. Hates it.
Yeah.
Why is that? Oh, he hates.
Why is that?
Is he a Cowboys fan?
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Huge Cowboy fan. He lives in Jacksonville. Huge Cowboys fan. And he's just like, get him off that podcast. Focus on football. I hate that. I don't talk about you just talking to talk and just he is. I laughed so hard this morning because you ever get a message from somebody and you know they're mad. Like I could feel the steam coming off. It was like a paragraph, like this long, and he's just going off like, oh man, Michael Parkinson is great. He can do that. But shut the heck up and get off the podcast and focus on football. He just was going on, and I'm dying laughing because he is so passionate about the Cowboys, like most Cowboy fans. But he is like, he wants no part of Mike in this podcast thing that he's doing right now.
I tell you what, if they don't get it together in the next week or two, there'll be a whole lot of Cowboy fans that are going to be wanting him to pull the plug.
Lil Rich, I got you, baby. We're gonna right the ship, Lil Rich. We're gonna right the ship, man. Mike is gonna be the ship.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna right the ship.
I was looking around here and just saying, put your feet on the ground. I would like us four guys, but
well, he ain't putting his feet on the ground.
Not with this chair this high.
His feet swing.
I'm dangling. Y'all don't know this, but my calves go to sleep every show. That's why I limp out of here. Nate limps because he played in the NFL for 20 years. I limp because no circulation for 45 minutes. It's kind of like, you ever gone?
Let's go to break.
Go to break. Come back. 888-855-2297. We'll be right back.
Milk part
Hanging with the boys.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole made with real Hass avocados will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, where each and every day it is brought to you by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. All right. Phone calls. Kurt, do you want to hit anything real quick before we go to the phones? You'll go to the phones?
You sure?
Hit the phone.
Oh,
I like when that hotline bling.
By the way, Nate finally found somebody that knows Kurt.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
What was the young lady? What was her name?
Zenobia
Yeah.
upstairs, the social media graphic
She
designer.
said, "Yeah, I know him."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, who is he?"
Nate finally found him.
Kurt.
Took him 4 weeks, but he finally found somebody in the building that knows
Oh,
Kurt.
you all are hanging with the wrong crowds, talking to the wrong people.
There's a woman that know you. That's all you need to know.
There you go.
That's all you need to know right there.
Chris.
They see Hanson. They're like,
Yes,
oh, yeah, I
sir.
remember that.
Who we got on the phone?
Oh, we're going overseas. We got Mohammed in
Mo! Hey, Mo, before you get started, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm not. No.
Mo turned off the game halfway through, so he's probably feeling okay.
Yes. Yeah, I did. Since I've been with the Cowboys since 1977. I did the first. It was the first time I turned off the game at halftime.
Really?
It was 1 o'clock in the morning. First time, because I had a feeling they were going to lose it. But when I finished the game later on that morning, I realized something different. This is not the Kellen Moore offense. For Dak haters, the interception was the cream on a bad game, the cherry on top of a bad game. But it was not caused by Mike McCarthy. Because if you look at it again, you find out that the tight end was on the left side. He was ready to catch the ball and score a touchdown. So it was more of a pressure on Dak. And I really like the way that Mike McCarthy is doing coaching this team this year. But I hated the fact that they lost for the damn Cardinals. Because I wanted so bad for them to beat them in Arizona. And that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for a wonderful show.
Thanks, Mo. Thanks for calling in. Did y'all go back and look at that last play? The only thing that really bothers me about that last play is it was third down.
Interception.
Yeah, I mean, if that's fourth down, make that throw, right? You could have just thrown it out of the back of the end zone and had one. You got one more play.
Was the interception bad? Yes. But I could see what Dak was seeing. He just made a bad throw. His thought process was,
get it over the guy?
I just want to get it over the linebacker and put it towards the back pylon and maybe make a. Now, is Brandon Cooks the smallest receiver you had out there, the guy that you want to do that with? Probably not.
Right.
Maybe go to Lamb in the corner.
Right. Yeah. Like I want to, but shoot, I saw what Lamb did the last time I threw him a fade ball in the corner.
True.
Do I want to go to him again? He, I can tell his energy ain't right today. He don't want to fight for the ball. So the interception was bad. We've seen many times quarterbacks throw that back of the end zone type toe tap. And Brandon Cook has the ability to toe tap it, just his size.
Right.
And Dak just didn't make a good enough throw. He didn't. The linebacker just fell right back into the play.
Is that a bad drawn up play because you have your shortest receiver running that route?
No, they played it better. The Cardinals just played it better. Yeah. I mean, if you ran that play 10 times in a row, you may be 7 for 10. Right?
I'll
They
take
just
that.
they just played it better, that play. And I know people say, well, the two safeties are there, but there are so many plays where you throw that ball. If that's Travis Kelce, if that's a taller defender, that's a taller receiver, you throw it up and you give that guy a chance. Yeah. You just say, hey, this game's on the line, I'm going to give my guy a chance. I would have liked for it to have been a taller receiver, a receiver who may have had a little bit more.
Play design then, right?
You would hope that was, like, again, give me Jalen Tolbert. Yeah. Give me somebody with a little bit more height.
That's what I'm saying. Is that a bad
height?
Is that a badly drawn up play because of you got the short guy in the middle?
Yes, personnel wise.
Are there concerns? Because I think we all like what McCarthy's doing. He's worked, complimentary football, all that kind of stuff. But so far, the red zone. Is that an area where we have some concerns with the play?
Hell yeah, Kurt, you watched the last 3 games.
First
2 games I was like, okay, everybody was like, dude, red zone might be, no, we're good. Trust in Mike. And now it's like, man, this is 3 games in a row. Like, but you know what? You got a hell of a kicker. We did find that out, hadn't we?
We lead the league.
Glass half full.
We lead the league in red zone trips and in field goals. Red zone field goals. So, yeah.
Glass half full.
I have another play I want to put in for the red zone.
What is it? Score a touchdown?
Low left, low right. What
I gave you low left, low right yesterday, which is one play which you can run to both sides, so it's 2 plays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, our quarterback has to have the option to run.
RPO? Low RPO action?
So let's just, it's too many to me. If you have a serious threat, not that fake threat, if you have the serious threat to run the ball, them lanes get just a touch more open. They just get a touch more open for the pass. It's just a touch more open. You got to be able to run that football. You got to be able to run that football in the red zone. You got to put it in there. That was the threat that Zeke always gave that would give that extra. No. I'm saying no. It's not about Zeke. It's not about Zeke, and I hate dealing in the pass. But I'm just using that as an example. If we can get Donald coming downhill.
Find a way to get your boy in there. Find a way to get your boy in there. You got to find a way to get 21 in there. He gone.
If Donald can do that, get us a touchdown by way of run early, or Tony can do that while inside the 5 or the 10, you'll see them lanes just a little bit more. Get Dak just a little bit more.
I think Dak has only one red zone run this year, and that was a scramble.
Is he missing Dalton Schultz?
No, stop.
Just asking.
No, that was worse than the Zeke deal. That was worse than the Zeke deal.
No, seriously. What have your tight ends done? Dalton Schultz, 8 of his last 9 touchdowns were in the red zone.
Hey, Schoonmaker, 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1.
Exactly.
Schoonmaker.
I mean,
put a 70 number on him really soon.
I mean, Dalton Schultz isn't Jason Witten or Tony Gonzalez.
If you want to.
But there's production loss there. It's the stats say there's production loss.
Okay, Kurt. If you want to score, get it in there a couple of times running. Run the ball in the end zone a couple of times. I saw your mind, Jesse. So,
I'll just
run the ball in there a couple of times. Be it quarterback, be it a running back, be it a wide receiver. Get the ball in the end zone running, and you'll see them lanes open up just a little.
All right, so since we're talking about the red zone, is there such a thing as bad, like good receivers that are bad in the red zone because of the way they play, their playing style, separation, physicality, things like that? Could you just have a bad set of receivers that, or is this just like hey, let this thing play out?
Yeah,
let it play out.
You just
You're
mentioned
gonna be fine.
that Lamb didn't go up for it the first time, so you'd be hesitant to throw it to him the second time.
Like you don't have a Dez, right? We know that. You don't have a
Amari Cooper had 11 red zone touchdowns.
Here's the thing about the red zone. The red zone is this condensed space. Mm-hmm. The defense has the advantage because you have the back of the end zone as their 12th defender.
Yep.
So, and I don't have to. I got 11 guys in a tight formation, so everything has to happen quicker. I don't have time to go one way and then come back the other way. You just don't. Too many eyes, too many guys, too many hands, too many arms. So the biggest thing about the red zone is if you have a Julio Jones, a Mike Evans, a Des Bryant, you always have an advantage with those type of guys because you can say, you know what?
Let's go throw it.
My Jimmy, my Jimmy versus your Jimmy.
Yep.
All right, my Jimmy versus your Joe. Let's just see.
And I have the PI call on my side as well.
I mean, they didn't call it
usually. You're supposed to.
But you like to take that shot. And even the one that I would have loved for CeeDee Lamb just to fight a little bit harder on the one that he wanted the PI for that he didn't get, because that should have been a touchdown. Like with his skill set, that should be a touchdown. Mm-hmm. There is something to the fact of calling the right play, reading the coverage right, and then delivering the football. It's some teams are really good in the red zone. They just have plays that just work for their team in the red zone. Some teams don't. And we're going to, and a term that Jerry likes to use, after this loss, we have circumcised a mosquito. Like, we're going to find every which way to find this thing. And then sometimes you just have one of those moments. You have one of those moments, and maybe this is the moment where the Cowboys, all right, come on, let's lock back in, let's figure this thing out, let's move forward. I don't think you're going to have another game like this, and even the first 2 games of the season, they were getting some things in the red zone. It wasn't like they got to the red zone and couldn't score. They ran the ball in the red zone.
Yeah.
They got touchdowns in the red zone.
3 or 4.
Yeah, they just one of those deals, man.
What are you laughing at?
Not about the mosquito deal. I mean, Mr. Jones got to have some good eyes for that.
Circumcise a mosquito.
You got to have some good eyes. You got to.
So, your answer to the question is: are they going to be a bad red zone team, or are they going to figure this thing out?
They'll figure it out.
You think so? Just let it play out.
I do.
You are growing so much as a person, and as a Cowboys fan. I am so proud
it's
of you.
It's not that. I'm trusting what I'm seeing.
Okay.
I'm just trusting what I'm seeing.
The voice of the eyes of reason now.
I'm just trusting what I'm seeing right now, man, and it's the way this team is built. I'm not saying that they're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm blaming it on Zach Wilson.
Okay.
That's who we played before we played the Cardinals, right? Mm-hmm. And as bad as this kid played quarterback, you know.
My head was cut off in the 4 box. Had to drop down a little bit.
I'm just watching the New England game, and it just – Zach Wilson ain't getting no better, y'all. I'm just letting you know that. And I hope we can fool the Patriots into thinking that Dak is like this dude, so we can slaughter them like the Cardinals got us.
Are they doing anything for Zeke?
Yeah, they're having a tribute video.
Little video?
That's
nice. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Don't.
And I don't know how big of a deal they're making, but they are going to recognize it.
Like a little pregame.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Just on 3. 1, 2, 3, Zeke, and let that be it.
Oh,
do not get this dude pumped up.
Don't think the fans aren't going to go as soon as he touches the ball the first time. Zeke.
Probably.
Yeah. All right, let's take our next break.
We got a baby Zeke, ain't it? Deuce.
He didn't get no snaps.
Don't know. He didn't play.
Told ya.
Wonder how he get.
Told ya.
Yeah,
is that his birth name, Deuce? Or is
I think it's
his
Junior.
name's Chris.
Yeah, it's
Chris.
like Junior.
Oh, he's Junior. I guess
he's
yeah.
a junior.
So Deuce.
Deuce.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Like Jason Tatum, his son's name is Deuce. Like, I guess they're junior. Yeah.
All right. 888-855-2297. We'll take some more calls when we come back for the last segment of Hanging with the Boys.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
James Wright here, your 2022 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year. You know how much I love my Cowboys, and I am thrilled to be talking to you about the 2023 Fan of the Year award presented by Captain Morgan. We're looking for the ultimate Cowboys fan to spice up the game. That means you eat, sleep, and breathe the Dallas Cowboys. If that's you, or if you know someone like me, then go to DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year, and you could win tickets to Super Bowl 58 and so much more. Enter today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys. The last time we will talk about this Cardinals game until they lay another egg, and then we have to reference it. Right. But we're moving on. Tomorrow, Cowboys offense, Patriots defense. Thursday, Cowboys defense, Patriots offense. Friday, phone calls.
Predictions.
And get to know your co-host. And maybe some other things. Predictions, yes, predictions. Predictions will be interesting this week because we were invincible up until up until Sunday.
Undefeated going to
the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Watch out, Dolphins. 72?
Yeah.
72 Dolphins. There's only 3 undefeated teams left in the league. I saw something on social media that I never thought about. Y'all think about it, and I'll give you the answer at the end of the show. Do you know there's only one NFL logo that has no white in it? Think about that. Right. Take your answers at the end of the show. Okay. All right, Chris, who we got on the phone?
We got Josh in Maryland.
Josh, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, brothers? How y'all feeling?
Good. How are you?
Man, I can't complain. Last week I asked if we was drinking the Kool-Aid. I mean, I'm still drinking it. It's just a little bit of water in it now.
It's light blue, not dark blue.
Yeah, that's the water in it now. Hey, but real quick, last week when I was asking about the running back, I wasn't asking for like a big name running back or nothing like that. I was more so speaking on like the running style because like, I don't feel like the defense really filled Tony Pollard. Like, he got 100 yards. But, when I don't want to go in the pass either, but when Zeke would get 50 yards, they fill in the 50 yards. It's like the show. The people fill y'all. I don't think the defense really filling them with the 100-plus yards because, he's not really laying that hammer down on them. And then my second question, and I think that'll help with the red zone. So I like Rico. Maybe we get him some more touches. And then my second question is, what's going on with Mazi? I was trying to give him a little bit of grace because he's a rookie, but then you see that boy from Georgia over there in Philly, the way that he's killing it, and I'm just like, Mazi had a whole lot to say, and Mazi just ain't Mazi. And I don't know what's going on with it, but those pretty much my questions and statements. Appreciate y'all taking my call as always.
Thank you, man. Thank you for the call. Yeah, Philly's just methodically, nothing sexy, just taking care of business 1 week at a time. Just rolling on.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. That man waiting on a response, Jess.
You play in the trenches, not me.
There you go.
you
see, the thing is, we can say, okay, the kid that's at Philadelphia, we can say before the incident, he was off the field. He could have been the first player picked. Mm-hmm. Mazi fell where he fell, and so it's a lot of reasons you can use. But when you labeled, especially a Dallas Cowboy #1 pick, whether it's 1 or 32, the fans expect for you for the light to come on
right now.
And so, sir, I'm gonna tell you to be patient. We have. By the way, the coaches don't speak on this guy. They're praying that everybody be – because the coach – just think now, have we heard in our coaches really one way or another, bad or good, say anything about this kid? No. Everybody's praying that the light will come on for Mazi. He's averaging maybe 8 snaps, 12 snaps a game. That is not enough. So we're waiting on the same thing you're waiting on, sir. He is just Mazi. He's not a Maserati yet. He's just Mazi.
What's his I guess his weakness right now? Is it because
to be able to dissect, to read a head of a player, guard or center, to read the head, movement of the head or shoulders,
and then get off,
and
the
to
block.
Be able to take that step, stop that player and get off blocks, or just bowl into him and eat up blocks. He's doing neither right now. He's not eating up blocks or he's not dominating blocks.
Is that something you can learn?
That is something you can learn. It's called will and desire. The light has to come on.
Wow.
and that is as nice and as plain as I could put it.
Yeah.
If it was a wide receiver, it was Jalen last year, learn to run your routes within the scheme. We could put a little bit more for a skill position player, why things are not working. But it's brute force up in here and just reading one or two things and understanding, because the coaches can scale this down to you only have to do one or two things.
He's got the strength, right?
Yeah, he's got the strength.
And the body type. He's just got to put it together.
Just put it together mentally. It's up above the neck, as the playmaker would like to say. What's up above the neck? Is it an onion or
Like me some good neck in my life.
All right.
Knowledge.
Chris,
Hey,
who we
there's
got
too
on the
many
phone,
two-way
Chris?
meanings in this show.
I
Knowledge.
cannot wait for this next call.
Knowledge.
Who we got?
Oh, passer.
Hey!
When he was praying at one computer, you saw it look like.
I was like, Jesse about to pick his phone up. The show's
I
over.
was gonna leave. I was like, y'all got it. I was gonna leave. Like, Final 5 minutes, y'all got it. What's up,
What's up,
Pastor?
Pastor?
I'm always happy when the pastor
I'm
calls.
good, man. I'm good, man. How y'all doing?
We're great,
sir.
We're great.
Good, man. Listen, man.
Talk
I
these
just want
fans off the
everybody-
ledge, man. Bring
Yeah,
some
man,
faith back to these people, man.
Nah, it's like this. We just need to exhale. It's game number 3. Obviously, we can see that there are certain things we took for granted. And I don't think we really taken into account the psychological effect of the game. You know, with Diggs going down and then finding out that you got 3 offensive linemen that are going to be out. You know, whether you're prepared or not, that's going to take something out of you. And to be honest, I think the team, it was hard for them to get up for Arizona. And I think you saw that with the lack of discipline, with the penalties, our defensive players being out of position. Because it's not like, you know, Arizona just ran us up and down the field. They just had more big explosive plays. You cut down on those explosive plays, you look at the second half, offensively, they didn't do nothing except for one big play. And so we got to clean that stuff up. Everything can be fixed. Again, it's game number 3. I don't think we took into consideration that coach came from the Philadelphia Eagles, so he's very familiar with a lot of the things that we do. And the guys just took them for granted. And we thought we probably could skate by with a win and look forward to New England. So it's definitely a wake-up call. I'm glad it happened early in the season.
Same.
We're just one game out of first place, with 2 times to see Philadelphia. And we still got the best regular division because we beat the Giants. So we're right where we need to be. Maybe not ideally where we want it to be, but we're right where we need to be. So let's everybody just calm down a little bit. Let's just get back to focusing in on what we need to do. We have a better team than Philadelphia. I'm sorry, better team in Arizona. We definitely have a better team in New England. And looking at Philadelphia last night, they looked good, but Jalen Hurts gave up the ball twice. So that makes me feel good because we're going to give the ball up. So let's just relax, man. We're going to be okay. It's week 4, and it's a long season. And I'm glad, I'll say this, if injuries have to happen, I'm glad they're happening now, as opposed to deep in the season. So prayerfully, our offensive line can get healthy, and for the first time, we can really get our 5 offensive linemen together because that'll take the brakes off of how Coach McCarthy really calls the game, because he said himself that he was being conservative because he had 3 offensive linemen in there, you know, that didn't get all the reps. So, and he still hadn't shown his hand yet, you know. So, look, y'all, we're gonna be okay. Let's just pray that the injury bug does not continue to bite us, and that we stay healthy, because health is really going to be the telltale sign as we go deep into the season. So we're gonna be all right, y'all.
All right, thank you, Pastor.
Pastor, you just laid hands on Shannon.
We'll exhale today, but if these Patriots come in here and take a game, we're gonna be sucking that wind back up.
Pastor, you lay hands
What
on
we gonna be
Shannon. Oh, Jesus, is it like that?
Hyperventilate, Jesse.
Oh,
hyperventilate.
like that, baby. Let's go.
We got time for one more call.
Sure.
The answer to the trivia question for today is...
I got it.
What is it?
I've been thinking about it the whole time.
Have you really?
I've really been thinking about this the whole time.
Were you looking
No,
at
I
it?
didn't look it up. I was
Okay. Does anybody have? Does anybody else have an answer?
I'll try.
All right. What's your? Let Jesse go.
Go
first.
ahead. I don't know.
Your hometown.
Your question.
That's who I was going to guess.
No.
New Orleans Saints.
No, because it's outlined.
It's the Ravens. I mean, it's the Raiders.
No,
because they had a ton of white in their logo. The Commanders.
Really?
Yeah, they have no white in their logo. Yeah,
From Washington.
Saints have they have the Fleur de Lis outline. There you go.
All right. We learned something.
Yeah.
Oh, just a W?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's trash.
All 31 other teams have white in their logo. Isn't that nuts?
That's a good thing.
Chris, one more quick one. Who we
I
got?
don't have anybody.
Oh.
What?
Okay, it's ringing. You want me to run screwing this on you?
Just go it. Just go. Let's just.
Yeah, do it.
Hold on a second. I'm just
Risky.
gonna push the button.
Risky. Hope Eagle's not listening. Hey, Kalisha.
Hello. Hang with the boys.
Hello,
Hey, what's going on? You hanging with the boys? What you got for us?
Julian from Orlando.
Okay.
What's up, Julian?
What's up, baby?
Hey, how you doing? Well, I told you about number 9 using more often.
Number 9.
Turpin.
Remember I talked about
disappeared
that?
this
Using
last
like Debo.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one thing.
What you got?
Zach cannot read defense.
Dak.
Yeah, Zach cannot read defense.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. I'm never doing that again, Chris.
So you want another one?
Yeah, do one more.
Zach cannot read defense.
Do one more.
I tried to give him the benefit of doubt. Dak?
He did.
Zach cannot read defense.
One more.
He's feeling pretty good.
Go, Chris.
What time is it? 2 o'clock over there.
time to go.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Hang with the boys.
Computer.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, brother? What you got?
Okay, this is what I got, man. I don't know what's going on with the Cowboys team, but the linebacker core is weak. You got a number 55 playing LVE, man. Nobody's watching him. That guy played the whole game Sunday and didn't make one tackle. He's slow. He goes a different direction, man. And if the Cowboys, if they're going to be a winner, they have got to show up their linebacker core. They slow in their position. They playing linebackers that are not big enough to play that position. Then you got one linebacker calling plays, man, and he seems like he's running around lost, not making them. I'm not seeing why the coaches are not seeing that. Why the coaches are not seeing that every team is going to attack them with the linebacker core. They're going to go after them. They're going to throw passes in that area, and they've been doing it for the last 2 or 3 years, and we still haven't sold that up. And it's even worse now.
Hey,
and I'm not seeing why the coaches can't see that.
Appreciate the call.
And everybody's talking about all the other problems we have in the red zone and everything, but if you let a defense stay out on the field, as long as our defense stayed out on the field, you're going to get tired. You're not going to make plays.
Yeah.
So I'm not understanding why our head coach, our defensive coordinator cannot see how weak we are in the line, but we need more speed there and more speed. So that's what I'm calling for. Just watch the middle linebacker. He need to be cut.
Yes, sir.
Right. Gotcha.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate the call.
You, man. It's come from the Jesse Holly School of
Dude,
Advancement, baby.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
but hey,
I like it.
Hey,
he's right, though.
That's a risk you take when you start playing these safeties, hybrids. You don't have a lot of big bodies in there, and it's, I mean.
They went after him.
You
That's a good point. Did he have any tackles, Kurt?
He had 4.
Who is that?
Vander Esch had 4.
Not enough.
But I think at least a couple of strong runs.
I think he was fortunate to have those 4.
Well,
the way that defensive line was jumping out the way, letting them folks jump on him.
Yeah. Well, a couple of those long runs, I mean, you had offensive line, the guards just wiping out our safeties.
I'm telling you, man. Sir, I agree with what you're saying. If our defensive line would have played and done their job.
Help your linebackers out a little bit,
man.
But he's right. Someone asked me one day, like, what's the defense called when Leighton Vander's on the sideline? And my reply with him was fast. They are faster with him on the sideline. But, I mean, he's probably the most level-headed out of the group. Sometimes when you got those wild and crazy guys up front, you got to keep that one guy at least I know he's going to be where he's supposed to be, and that's Leighton. But you hope up front that they keep him clean so he can be flash-flowing and free-flowing. They didn't do a good job with that against the Cardinals.
All right, fellas. Good seeing y'all. Thanks for the calls, everybody listening. We appreciate it. Kurt, good seeing you.
Seeing you.
Chris, thanks for manning the phones, keeping us on the air. We will be back tomorrow. Cowboy, what are we doing? Cowboys offense?
Yes.
Patriots defense? The genius Bill Belichick coming to town?
They're going to do it trying to get on our show. We've been trying for 2 weeks.
He'll get in here one day.
Yeah.
We'll go set the mic up for him right here.
Right.
And have him in here. All right, Chris, thank you. Thank you to all the fans. Thank you to you guys.
Jazz, Jibs,
See you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Will, bro.
Hanging with the boys.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!